Hello, YouTubers, here on April 25th, 2019, Anzac Day, for our Australian and New Zealand friends, and for that matter, the rest of those people around the Commonwealth of Nations. We can't really say Happy Anzac Day because that commemorates the Gallipoli landings, which over the course of the following 8 months basically swallowed the best, or slaughtered the best of the genetic breeding stock in the Australian and New Zealand populations. It's like, oh, let's take all of our really good guys that can be, turn out really good children and kill them in some stupid ass enterprise. And that's what happened. Pretty much like what happened to all of Great Britain, and for that matter, the United Kingdom, although Ireland was part of the United Kingdom then, but they weren't too damned enthusiastic about joining in. Let's just go kill off, 1/4 of our best guys. What a stupid war. Well, it was very stupid for England to get involved in it at all, except for the maritime issue with Germany. The United States was idiotic. Well, more accurately, Woodrow Wilson was idiotic. And this is before his stroke, by the way. This is pre-stroke Woodrow Wilson. Lord knows what he would have done afterwards. Getting us involved in that stupid-ass, useless war. What a massive human tragedy on all sorts of levels. But some people could have stayed out of the fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll go on record again as saying it again. The United States did not have to have the damn Civil War. No, they did not. You want to say slavery was the cause? That's fine. There's certainly enough evidence to suggest that's the case. More than suggest. But slavery would have gone out, it would have, just like in Brazil. After 1875, it was no longer economically feasible for them to have slavery in Brazil. And so, in 1888, the Emperor of Brazil, we don't have one of those anymore, do we? Sometimes they look pretty good, don't they? Said there won't be any more slavery anymore in Brazil. There didn't be a civil war. Come on. Arguably the black guys were treated far more, just subjugation under the indentured servitude sharecropper model, than they were in slavery. I suppose you could say, well, they weren't whipped, tied to a tree and whipped, but yes, they were. I mean, look at all the damn lynchings. Today you drive down there, you walk around and you interact with people. You wouldn't necessarily, a stranger wouldn't think there had ever been slavery in that area of the country. But somebody who grew up in this country, my family came from North Carolina in 1808. I mean, it's like, it's very Jungian. It's in the blood, and like it or not, it is, and that doesn't mean you're going to act on it. It just means you've got to be aware of it. This is Thursday. As I said, I read on Sunday. I may have mentioned that. I don't know if I've been talked to you since then or not. Liz was over. Well, I was over at Liz's on Sunday night, and then she came over Monday evening, and I've had lots of great Liz food and Henry food. Henry's, it's hard to grill meat without overcooking it. Henry's finally learned how to do it, and I've been the beneficiary of that. Been a long tutorial. I'll tell you, he does it better than I can do. I was never really able to do it, so I finally just gave up on doing it on the fire. Well, except not direct fire, not direct grilling. I've done things where you put it in the iron skillet, you kind of flip it around, so that the middle is still almost room temperature. I've done that, but I haven't had a chance to do that very often. But that's the way I do it if I get a chance to do it. Meat thermometer, throw that meat thermometer over the hillside. Give me a break. Come on. No. What's the somebody need? Health and safety. I don't know what got me going on that. So anyway, we had it was so wonderful to have Liz come over and Henry come over, and then Liz come over the next night. And I was working on Liz to become a Game of Thrones fan, and I think there's a good chance that she might. I don't think she. I taught her how to watch the stuff on the Couch Tuner sites, but I know she's not going to do that because she likes to watch all of her stuff on her phone. Now, why you would ever want to watch an episode of Game of Thrones on a screen this size is just beyond me. Now, I suppose it's better than nothing. Oh, look, there I am again. Hey. Hall of Mirrors, Hall of Mirrors, Hall of Mirrors, Hall of Mirrors. And then in the middle of then, like on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Yeah, it had to be Tuesday. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this guy named Rohr, who's running for municipal court judge, stopped by with his wife. His wife had stopped by earlier, and we had chatted. And I hadn't realized that there were two candidates for municipal court judge. And the other one is a woman who is the endorsed female. She's the endorsed Republican candidate of the Republican Party. A female candidate endorsed. That is the endorsed candidate of the Republican Party. And basically, I'm pretty much in. I assume any of these guys that are selected by some of these parties to run for judge, they can't be. Now, come on, we all know that they can be, but the likelihood is they are not worthless. And I like the fact that he and his wife have been up. Well, his wife has been up to my house twice. He's been up here once. If it can't see, it counts a lot for me if a candidate bothers enough to come up the driveway and knock on my door and shake my hand and talk to me. I mean, that's a big deal for me. I may not agree with them. Short of them being really personally odious, I wouldn't hold a lot of personal odious-like habits against them, too much. That fact overrides. I'd be far more likely to vote for them than somebody that's like the endorsed party candidate. Endorsed party candidate, give me a break. Even the Republican, even the party's now a bunch of rhinos. There is no Republican Party left. It's a bunch of rhinos. Family values. Oh, Chamber of Commerce. Oh, 18 kids. Oh. Make everybody fucking live the same way you do. Give me a break. Go away. Just don't cram it down my throat. I grew up with that. The churches in Lebanon would open up, on Sunday mornings, and all these people would come pouring out. We had like 450 in my Methodist congregation. That was the late service. So we had about 1,000 people at our church. And they'd come pouring out there, and they were all filled with the love of God and the hate of their fellow man. Lord help you if you were different from anything that they thought or said or espoused. I'm so glad I'm away from that. So glad I'm away from that. Go Brexit. That's not my fight. I did not. It was not my fight. It was not my scalp. I could not. It was not my kill. I could not take his scalp. Oh, wonderful, wonderful movie, Legends of the Fall. Absolutely wonderful. It's not my kill. I could not take his scalp. Well, let's see. So, I talked to Tony Pincham on Sunday. And just before I went over to Liz's and Henry's for dinner, I had talked to, I may have mentioned this, I had talked to Tony Toussaint. Well, it had been on, Friday. Now, I don't know, he's got some friends coming down from Seattle this week. So I don't know exactly when they're going to be there, what they're going to do. They're going to be running around doing things. Hopefully causing a lot of outrage in the Tucson area. Let's see, my son and family went over to Dayton. I assume they took Mr. Weatherby with them, Kelly's dad. To Kelly's sister and brother-in-law. I guess he was texting me from the Dayton Country Club. And he got back. He's emailed me since he's gotten back, so he got back. That's good. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, I have nothing profound here. It's sort of like the random. Well, and of course, then waiting for the episode 3 of season 8 of Game of Thrones here next Sunday, which for me I'll be able to watch next Monday. Now I'm not reading this Sunday, but I'm assuming I'm going to read. Let's see. I'm assuming I'm probably going to read on the. No, don't do that, Joe. On the 5th, on Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, I think I'll probably be reading on the 5th. Unless they've somehow shifted everything around. They do this. I mean, it's very odd how they're handling the lay reader situation. I have not gotten off my dead ass, as Merle would have said. Merle's favorite phrase was, "Get off your dead ass and get me a sandwich." And who wouldn't like somebody to go get you a sandwich? Whether you're on your dead ass or not. Really. Now, let's see. No, I've not gotten off my dead ass and gotten any definitive appointments about this thing. I'm like the kid that wants his mother to, take him somewhere and make it feel good, Frankly, I don't want to interact with these damn doctors on my own. I really don't. I want somebody with me that I trust and who isn't astute. Maybe that will happen. Maybe that won't. No, we'll see. Anyway, I think now I'm going to say have a continuing, if not happy Easter, happy spring, because it's been like, the high 50s and damp, windy 50s today, which is nice enough. I just didn't choose to go out on the deck in it today. Yeah. Got, Liz gave me some more. I've got the last shovelings of food she gave me, so I'll be making do with that within. I'll be throwing some of that in a can of clam chowder. She's got a bunch of mashed potatoes. Yeah, you can turk this stuff up and make it into quite a nice little meal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. God gives you things everywhere. No doubt about it. Alrighty. Bye-bye, YouTubers.